Hello, what is going on, guys? Saki Guy 1 here. Welcome to my review of How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. So, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is directed by Dean DeBois and stars Jay Baruchel, America Ferrera, Kate Blanchett, Craig Ferguson, and F. Murray Abraham. So, the story is basically just Hiccup and Toothless and the entirety of Bert are on the run from Grimmel, so they have to try to find the hidden world to protect the dragons and get away from them. So for the positives, I do think Jay Baruchel did do a great job again as Hiccup, as he did. He had to give a fantastic performance, and so with how well he delivered the lines, it seemed like he was into the role and definitely liked being here. I also think F. Murray Abraham did voice Grimmel very well for what he did, for the most part. I mean, he sounds pretty evil and did a pretty good job. I will admit the animation is really good. I mean, the looks of the hidden world looks really good for as little as that's in. As well as most of the character designs, I think, look pretty good, and I like that. And I do think the score was really great, as well as the soundtrack. They're both really great. In this film, I do think that it fits the parts where they put it in very well, and I like how well it matches the scenes of what's going on. And I do think they did a very good job with the score. With that said, I do have plenty of negatives. So the story was very bland, in all honesty. I mean, it's just so bland and predictable. This has been done many times in a family movie where it's just a journey to find someone, but makes the decision and separates. I mean, and it doesn't really help the story at all. And it just makes it completely predictable. And I can literally predict every single move that goes on in the story. The plot there's just so much filler in it. It's like that Roughnut scene where he pisses off Grimmel is just a big time filler scene. It has nothing to do with the main plot line or anything. It's just he does that. It's right in the some sort of humor, but it's completely unfunny, and it's just a really bad scene. I mean, there's literally no point of it. I mean, it's just Roughnut gets captured and he lets her go. It doesn't even make any sense. Sure, it did lead to the climax, but it's still just basically filler to add in to make that runtime longer. The third act was done poorly, in my opinion. I mean, it's just so badly done. I mean, the climax is decent, I guess, but after that, there is a goodbye scene that I honestly, I can see how if you're a fan of this franchise that you'd feel sad about it, but I honestly didn't really feel sad about it because these characters didn't even develop very well in this movie, and Toothless and Hiccup just, as for their friendship, it never really was that good to me. It wasn't developed the best at all. I think if it was developed better, I would have definitely cried, but I didn't cry because of that reason, and it's just not really done. In all seriousness, I also didn't really feel anything about the scene where Hiccup and Astrid gets married. I honestly feel like that scene was just forced. I mean, the love story wasn't even developed at all in this movie, and throughout the trilogy is just not good at all. And it's just a poorly written love story, so it just makes the scene feel very forced to me. Hiccup's character is just poorly developed, in my opinion, in this movie. And it's just he's just so arrogant in this movie and doesn't really want anything to change. But then at the end, he wants things to change. It just feels like bad writing to me, because honestly, there wasn't really anything that made me think he'd change his mind. It's just not good character development. Astrid is just completely bland. Her character doesn't really develop in this movie. She's just really bland, and it's just there to be helping out Hiccup is basically her character, but it doesn't really develop. I feel like that's bad characterization, because it should have done more with her character. Or considering they're aiming at her to be his love interest, they should have done a lot more to develop her character than what they did in this movie to make it better. Honestly, Valka doesn't really do much. She's not really that important to the plot in this movie. I mean, she doesn't really do much until the third act, so I don't really find her to be a good character in this movie. The comic reliefs like Rough Nut and Tough Nut are so bad, especially Rough Nut. I mean, her character is just bland. It's just go out and try to be funny is basically her character. I mean, there's nothing to her character, and doesn't really develop throughout the movie. I mean, her character is just so bad and completely bland. Same thing with Tough and all the other comic relief characters. They're just bland. They're just there to throw out jokes, basically. I mean, it's completely bland. Grimmel is honestly just a generic villain. He's nothing special at all. He's just basically the same type of villain as Drago is a generic villain who doesn't have a motivation and just wants to completely kill off all the dragons. I mean, it's just a bad villain and a really bad character. They should have given him a motivation, actually made him a bit more of a character than this is. Because I feel like he definitely needed more character to be a good villain. And the pacing in this movie is really bad. This movie definitely didn't have to be an hour and 40-some minutes. Because it definitely could have been much shorter, because like I mentioned earlier, there's so much filler in this movie with the Light Fairy and Toothless scenes that it makes it feel badly paced and really bad. I mean, it should be much shorter than what this was. As well as, there were many flashback scenes that make the pacing even worse. I mean, there aren't really that many. There's 2, but they're completely unnecessary to the plot. I mean, you could have gone without them. I mean, it would have been so much better. It just makes the movie much longer than it should be. I mean, I get this movie isn't really supposed to be a comedy, but this movie does throw out a decent bit of jokes and I didn't even laugh at a single one of them. They choose the wrong times to do the jokes, and even when they choose the right time to do the jokes, they're completely unfunny because they're completely childish and just really aimed at the younger audience. So overall, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is basically like its predecessors. It's really overrated and just a bad movie. And I'm gonna give How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World a 4.5 out of 10. That was my review of How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Once again, if you like this franchise, that is totally fine. I mean, I'm just here to say my honest thoughts. I respect your opinion if you enjoy it. So, what are your thoughts on How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World? Tell me in the comments below. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.